Don't be afraid to collaborate with other people. You have to overcome this competitive mindset. Someone else having does not equate to you lacking. No. Someone else winning does not mean that you are losing. You will always be on this perpetual cycle of proving yourself and living for external validation if this is how you're going to live your life. If these are the standards that you're going to live by, if this is the hill that you're willing to die on. We're going to be talking about girl power, woman empowerment, things like that. Namely, I want to highlight Tay Swiftie and Beyonce's relationship. And this is so significant to talk about because of the power of collaboration over competition. Now, I am in social media. If you are a woman, that you are a woman in business, okay, you're a creative, or even just you're a corporate girly, all right, in general. This is very important to discuss because I am so sick of people not being girls. And there are a lot of, I don't even know the word to get. It's like there are a lot of girls out here. We need woman. We need girls. Oh my gosh, I just literally messed up. I don't even know what I just said. Anyways, so you guys all know Taylor Swift and Beyonce, right? There's no need to introduce them to you guys. Okay, they're both singers. They're both very powerful women in the industry. That's why I feel like they are the perfect case study to talk about this topic, because they have a very successful friendship and have successfully collaborated with each other in the sense of supporting each other despite both being queen bees. All right. So let's just take it back, right? Beyonce and Taylor Swift's relationship, the inception of it, to our knowledge, started at the 2009 MTV Awards at the VMAs, where Kanye West decided to say, yo, Taylor, I'm going to let you finish, but Beyonce had the best music video of all time. Thank you, Kanye. And the camera glanced over to Beyonce and she was like, oh, Kanye. Like, she probably wanted to jump out of her skin because that was embarrassing. But anyways, Beyonce was super supportive and very how she handled that situation was so beautiful, because I remember her getting on stage and she actually, when Beyonce had won her award, she called Taylor back on stage and went back to a time when she was 17 years old and she was accepting her first award on behalf of Destiny's Child and how much that meant to her. And she specifically said that she wanted to give Taylor her moment. I love that. She gave Taylor her flowers and gave that girl back the spotlight that she rightfully deserved when it was her time. So this is such an iconic moment in history to me because it really symbolizes the beginning of their friendship. And they have had this continued support and admiration for each other throughout their careers. So it just made the news. It made headlines the other day where Beyonce literally went to Taylor Swift's Eras tour in Los Angeles. Beyonce goes nowhere. Okay. You know how many years ago Beyonce stopped attending award shows? It was probably after that stunt that Kanye West pulled out, where he was like embarrassing her pretty much. But she goes nowhere. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was quite shocked myself. When I heard that Beyonce went to Taylor Swift, I was like, a girl, what? I was like, oh my gosh. I had no idea that they were still that close. I love that. This just goes to show Beyonce showing up for Taylor's movie tour premiere. It was her movie tour premiere. Sorry. Yeah, it was the movie tour premiere for the Eras Tour concert. That's what it was. I stand corrected. But this just goes to show how collaboration and mutual support will be instrumental in your success. Because let me tell you this, no man is an island. And there are a lot of people out here that like to claim, and it's not to discredit anybody, but I find these claims of I'm self-made and nobody helped me to be a little ridiculous, because Justin Bieber, for example, he has the talent, but he had to meet Scooter Braun in order to get to where he needed to be. He even had Ursha Baby as his swag coach. Okay. No man is an island. So women out there that are like, or people out there in general that are just like super jaded and they feel this like need to be like, I made it by myself. Ain't nobody helped me. Da, da, da. It's like, really? Like that's going to be your storyline? Like you really want to die on that hill? Nobody helped you? Impossible. Impossible that nobody absolutely helped you. There are always people that are instrumental along the way that are going to get you to where you need to be. And don't ever forget something like that. I want to highlight the power of collaboration. All right. My definition and concept of collaboration in the context of women supporting women and in business and in creative industries is letting people shine. All right. I read something where Taylor Swift was saying she is up against so many of her friends in the industry whenever she attends an award show. And you have to be genuinely happy. You have to learn to be genuinely happy for people despite who wins, because otherwise it's always going to be this weird and awkward tension anytime you go to an award show because you're side-eyeing your friend because she won an award and you guys were in the same category. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. Why? Why does it have to be that way? Collaborating with people is very empowering, all right? And it leads to growth. Okay, look at Beyonce and Taylor Swift. Like I said, have their careers been hindered in any capacity because they've been so supportive of one another? Think about who Beyonce and Taylor Swift are. I mean, like, seriously. Taylor Swift is a pop star icon, right? In America. Beyonce, also known as Queen Bee. These are two very influential and powerful women, internationally known AAA list celebrities. And they are supporting each other. Do you seriously not think that Beyonce, you think she's bored and she has nothing else to do, so she decided, I'm just going to go to Taylor Swift's concert, her movie tour? No, that was her making a statement saying, I'm supporting you, girl. And she took that moment that Kanye West tried to take from her and gave it back and kept shining the light on Taylor, shining light on Taylor. That is true. That is a true friend. And that is true women empowerment. And I've heard nothing but good things about Taylor Swift being a girl's girl. I've heard that Taylor Swift is an amazing friend. That's what I've heard from the industry. Okay. Now, in addition to that, for instance, you guys know Happyyyy and I do the same thing. One of my best friends, Happyyyy, you guys know she has her own channel. We met on YouTube from you guys, putting us together. We've been friends for almost 5 years now. If it hasn't even passed that, who is even counting at this point? And we have successfully been able to exist in the same niche, in the same platform. That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not saying put us on a pedestal or anything, because we all know, people in the spotlight or anything should never be your goals. We are human beings just like you guys. But I understand, given what it is that we do, we all inspire each other. We all inspire one another, and having a platform, we know that there are going to be people that do look up to us and things like that. That comes with the territory. But at the end of the day, I pride myself in being a person that loves collaborating with women. I take my friendships very seriously, and I am a girl's girl through and through. I will never let anything come between my friendships. I don't let guys come between my friendships. I've never had issues with that, because that's who I am, and I surround myself around people that are of the same morale. It is entirely possible, because I'm living in that reality, to do similar things as someone and still be just as great as friends. Still be happy for your friends. Still celebrate your wins. Whenever Happyyyy's doing something great, I'm celebrating her, and she knows that. Okay? When she posts a fire picture, I'm gonna post it on my Instagram because I like it. It's whatever. Because we're genuinely best friends. We genuinely do love and care for each other. That's the reality of the situation. And that's the thing too. People love trying to make things competitive and do all these different things, which we're going to get into in the next part of this. But you're totally capable of being friends with somebody regardless of if they do the same thing as you. People have to stop this ABC mentality of always having to tear someone down in order to get to a certain place. We are not in the jungle stages of life anymore. We've evolved past that. Having that type of mentality to want to shrink people and make them smaller because you want to remove them or something like that as rivalries or make them seem, less than they are. We've all been around people that have tried to hinder us in some sort of way, right? Think back to high school, or I think back to high school, where there have been people that have said things about me like, oh, she thinks she's all that. She thinks she's better than people. Why? Because you really want to be my friend? Is that what it is? I bet you that's what it is. Your light is going to highlight other people's darkness a lot of the times. And people are going to hate you for reasons that are unbeknownst to you. People have never even met you. They're going to dislike you. People will come to my channel and be like, man, I really think that Asha's super attractive, but I'm not even capable of articulating that. So I'm just going to decide that I don't like her because I don't like how she said this. And she thinks because her standards are this way that like she's better than me or whatever. No, you think I'm better than you. That's the reality. So if you want to get over on this side and you'd like to join the light, okay, you'd like to come over to the light side, okay, I'll meet you when you get here, but I will not tolerate that type of thinking anywhere on my platform. Or any of my platforms, okay? Now, there are tons of negative aspects of competition amongst women in business and in creative fields. Being on YouTube, let's be very honest here. It's a lot of us talking about the exact same thing. Even in the podcasting space, it is a lot of us talking about the same topics. But you want to know what the truth is? Nobody can be you, and that is your power. You can literally be talking about the exact same topic as somebody, but guess what? There's someone for everyone. There are going to be people that want to hear the message directly from me. There are going to be people that are going to want to hear the message directly from you. There's something for everybody. Because why? People can see themselves in whoever it is that they want to follow, or they aspire to be like someone that they're following. So they want to hear the message from that person. So regardless of being on a platform where many people are doing the same things, it doesn't take away from or make me feel like my light is being dimmed or like I need to watch my back and so-and-so's copying my video and all these different. I don't think about those things because I understand that people are going to connect to who they're going to connect to regardless. So there's no love lost. You can literally talk about the exact same things as me. You can take things from my channel or anything. And yet, you know what I've always known? And I say this honestly, humbly. I know that I am the inspiration. Not just me, anybody that has a platform are inspirational people. People are going to like what you say and they're going to repeat it. And they may repeat it exactly as you say it, or they may repeat it in their own way. Regardless, they were inspired by it. It doesn't matter. Competition is always going to hinder your progress because it causes division. It is divisive. If you're always, this is why I haven't experienced this, thankfully, but this is why you go to influencer parties and people, I hear nightmare stories all the time. People going to events, and there was this one YouTuber I was watching who I really like named Tweely, and she was saying that she went to an influencer event and she told this girl, oh my gosh, I love your outfit. Where did you get it? And then the girl like pointed at the label on her clothing and was just like, in silence. And so Tweely was like, oh, okay. And she was like, yeah. Like, and I'm just like, now mind you, this is someone with a very large following on Instagram and everything. And so she's not new to this. She's true to this. And this is how she's being treated. I will never understand why, especially in the beauty community. I'm not in the beauty community, but in the beauty community especially, I hear that it's so catty. What is up with that? All right. Even think about having this competitive mindset. What does that do? That is directly tearing other women down. If Beyonce and Taylor Swift can support each other and get along, you can't support your friend and get along with your friend. They have so much more fame and success and all these different things and resources. And you can't get along with someone because they're doing the same thing as you. And trust me, I've been on the side of life where people have tried tearing me down and saying rude things about me, completely falsifying and fabricating things because they don't feel like I should be on the platform. They don't feel like I deserve a platform or what have you. And honestly, all I have to say is LOL, I guess I'm really that threatening, huh? But all jokes aside, it's so interesting that's some people are so threatened by you because happy people, and I will say this till the day I die, happy people do not do certain things, okay? There is power in collaboration. I've talked about this in my, video where I was talking about turn your pain into power, where I kind of touched on collaboration a little bit. And I was saying how on the platform, if you are an aspiring YouTuber, do not let people make you feel like, oh, you're clout chasing if you try and collaborate with this person. No, if somebody sees potential in somebody, they're going to want to do. I don't pick the people that I hang out with and I collaborate with based on how many followers they have and what they can do. If I'm genuinely interested in what they have to say, and I find it necessary, I'm going to do a video with them or I'm going to collaborate with them in some sort of way because I just don't care about stuff like that. Like people want to make you feel bad, especially let it be two people that are well known and they collaborate with each other. People love trying to create a storyline because it makes them feel better about themselves. For whatever reason, I don't know. Drama sometimes makes people feel very good about themselves. All right. Look at what happened from, even Lisa from The Ultimatum. What did she do? She was trying to this is what really killed me. Lisa from The Ultimatum. Okay, this is a spoiler alert for those who didn't watch the show. Lisa came in, you guys know the show Ultimatum, where you go on the show and you offer your spouse the ultimatum, or your spouse is offering you the ultimatum of taking their hand in marriage, and you basically have to decide whether or not you want to be with another person's boyfriend or you want to go back to your original partner that you came onto the show with. Lisa was there with she was there with her significant other, don't remember his name, and he had a crush on another girl there. Her name was Raya. And Lisa was just angry and jealous because her boyfriend had a crush on Raya and she was giving Raya the flack for it and putting it all on Raya, essentially making it seem like, oh, you're going after my man. It's like, girl, you brought him on the show now. And then she tried to bring Raya down by saying to her boyfriend when they got into a heated argument, oh, you're going to be with this Hooters girl. And I'm putting this very lightly too, because she was not saying it like this. You're going to be with that Hooters girl. What can you learn from her? What can she teach you? Trying to, elevate herself and level herself. It's called leveling psychologically, where you're trying to make yourself puff yourself up over another person. So, Lisa is like the vice president of some company. I mean, like actually in real life. And she's like leveling with Raya, trying to make it seem like she's like worthless. Like, what can she offer you? Like, I have a good job and I have this, like, okay, girl. And he still chose the girl. He still wanted to be with the one that worked at Hooters. Now, here's what really grinds my gears. Lisa, I found out at the reunion, her and Raya bonded over the fact that the both of them actually used to work at Hooters. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Kind of reminds me of when I was in high school and I won Best Dressed in high school, and I would always love to dress up. I wore heels, like legit heels. That's why I have great legs. It's just a reality situation. It's not my opinion. Like, it's because I always wear heels all the time. And people like that didn't like me would make fun of me. Oh, why do you care what you're wearing to school? All these different things. But then magically it became a trend in my school where on people's birthdays, they dress up in their Sunday's best, I guess you can say, with their little church shoes on, child. And, that's the little heels that they got going on. And it's like, you took this opportunity today to dress as Asha Christina. You came to school as Asha Christina for the day, I guess, but And it's like that became the thing. I kid you not. I'm not saying I'm a trendsetter, but if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, baby, it's a duck. Okay. And literally that became a thing where it's like for people's birthdays, that would be when they can try on life to see what it was like to dress like me, essentially. But they were making fun of me for it. What happened to all the other years where no one dressed up like that for their birthday? They just walked around with their little balloon and their little cupcake. But now it's, oh, I'm going to put my heels on. Oh, I'm going to wear blue eyeliner. Because when I was in high school, I always used to wear only blue or white eyeliner all the time. Now I only like to wear white, but I still love blue too. It's good for people with brown eyes. Anyways, so yeah, the very thing that people envy in you is the very thing that they want to embody. So they have to talk about it. Why do you care about what you're wearing? Oh, girl, like, I don't have to wear makeup all the time. It's because you don't know how to do your makeup. Shut up. You don't know how to do your makeup. That's why you're mad. All right? And then remember, Love is Blind, where Johnny felt the need to suppress the rivalry, which was Stacy. She felt that that's a primal thing, suppressing the rivalry, making them seem small so that they're less appealing to whoever you feel like you desire, right? Or whatever the desired thing is. So you have to puff yourself up and be like, oh, well, why would he even choose Stacy? I mean, how can they even have had a connection? Like, oh, fine, you want him? Well, he has bad credit anyway, and he just leased a brand new apartment. Yeah, girl, but you knew that and you were willing to marry him anyways. So what does that say about you? Anyways, now the roots of competition amongst women, right? That actually contribute to women's competitiveness are gender stereotypes, societal expectations, right? Traditional gender roles and stereotypes have often portrayed women as being in competition with one another for, limited roles or opportunities. And this kind of reinforces the idea that we must live for the approval of and the attention essentially of men, right? We all know that term now where people say some women dress for the male gaze and like what it looks like once they stop dressing for the male gaze. And that's actually a real thing, angels. Like once you come into your own and stuff like that, we all experiment with it. You know what I mean? No judgment. You kind of want to cover up more because you don't care. And the type of men that you attract when you are fully clothed and you're not wearing like the skimpy outfits and the whatever it is that you're wearing are completely different than the men that you attract that want that, Shein type of look. Sorry, but yeah. So you just have to consider that, when you're getting dressed and things like that. I understand when you're young and, you want to wear your little mini skirt and like do it. Like, honestly, like I like a little cute little skirt too, but like the crisscross skimpy tops and like the triangle bathing suits with only the nips covered. You don't want to cover up a little more? Okay, well, yeah, you're going to attract a certain type of guy because to him that says, ooh, fast delivery. That says free delivery. That's the message that it's sending. I'm sorry, it is what it is. Societal norms and expectations, especially in the past, were often placed on women in direct competition with each other for status, right? For desirability and social recognition, all right? And this competition has extended into areas such as marriage, motherhood, career, success. And what does this all do? It gives you a scarcity mindset that we are very limited in the opportunities. Now, this is huge, okay? Having a scarcity mindset ties into all of this. And this is the thing, when women are doing this whole suppress the rivalry thing, which is a primal thing that certain women do, it's because attractiveness is deemed as threatening because from a male perspective, to a woman, it shows youth and beauty is contributed to health and vitality. That's what attractiveness is. So if another woman senses that, it's threatening to her because to her it's, wait, so I'm not attractive enough to want to mate with. On a primally instinctual level, that's how it feels to that woman. On a surface level, it's, oh, you think she's prettier than me? What can I do to bring her down? What can I do to suppress the rivalry? Well, I want you to know that, oh my gosh, perfect example of this. Regina George, guys, Mean Girls. Okay. So remember when Regina was talking to Aaron and she was like, so you know my friend Katie? And he was like, yeah, she's cool. I invited her tonight. And she goes, well, you better watch out because she has a huge crush on you. And he goes, what? Really? And she goes, yeah, it's kind of cute. She tells everyone, actually, it's kind of cute. She like writes all over her notebook saying like Miss Erin Samuels. And okay, like I'm not trying to say she's like a homeschool jungle freak, but like she like wears this, save this Kleenex that you used. And I don't even remember what the rest of the words were, but you guys know the scene that I'm talking about. Once she realized and recognized that Erin Samuels was like kind of thinking that she was cute, she started like jabbing at her like, well, she's like a weirdo, but like, you know what I mean? Like that toxic and sarcastic positivity of like, oh my God, like you like her? No, that's totally fine. But like, she's like kind of quirky. You know what I mean? Like she like writes all over her notebook, like Mrs. Erin Samuels. And like, you know, like it's so cute. Like I totally get it. She's so different. And like, if that's your thing, that's like totally your thing. Like you're allowed to like what you like. But I just like thought that was so funny that she was like that. That is called nice nasty. It's nice nasty. It's toxic positivity. It's trying to take your little insult and wrap it up in a bow and make it seem like, oh no, like I didn't really mean it like that. No, you very much did. You just made it sound nice, but it still means what it means. Okay. Now, having that scarcity mindset is what makes women competitive. There's only room for 3 of us at the table. Sweetie, you know what? Now you just remove yourself from the table. Remove yourself from the table. Because how are you feeling suffocated? I've always prided myself in being a person that I like to extend the table. I'm just a girl trying to build a longer table and not a fence. I don't build fences, okay? Unless I'm putting up a boundary, that is different to protect myself. But that has nothing to do with how I'm viewing my success and also other people that I also want to see succeed. See, a lot of you are blocking your blessings because you don't know how to be happy for other people. And you genuinely don't, because other people's happiness for some reason translates to you as, why not me? Why her? Well, exactly because of how you're thinking. That's exactly why you're not successful. That's why even when some people do achieve success, you'd be shocked at the people that have a lot of success, so we think, on the internet, right? Or even celebrities, and they are just as miserable as anything else. Interesting. Very interesting. Happy people, like I said, just don't participate in certain activities. They don't do certain things. All right? Get rid of that scarcity mindset, because that's how you become pick-Misha. All right? There's not enough men to go around, so I gotta stay with this one. I gotta fight this girl over this man. I don't play those games. You only play yourself when you play stupid games and you win stupid prizes. How about that? So next I want to talk about strategies for women that tend to be competitive to overcome this competitiveness and embrace collaboration. You will always win. You go further when you go together. Have you guys ever heard of that saying? Like, you go by yourself and there's a quote, I don't remember. Please put it in the comment section down below if you're watching this. I want you guys to tell me what that quote is, because it's not coming into my mind right now. Now, it starts with checking yourself. Why are you competitive? Is it rooted in insecurity? What feelings come up? And please, you can lie to me all you want, but stop lying to yourself. You know, it's so true what they say about women. Like, women can be really good liars because we lie to ourselves first before we lie to other people. That's what makes it so convincing. Back to what I was saying. Are you threatened by this person winning in life because you feel like they don't really deserve it and you've been putting in all this work all this time and you don't understand what's so great? And this is the thing, whenever people are haters, they like to tear down your physical appearance. Well, she's not even that pretty when you really look at her. I don't even understand why she has that many followers anyway. She doesn't say anything that great. People like her. What, you're mad? You're mad because people like her, or people feel like they aspire to talk like you, or whatever the case is. And so they want to tear down. Oh, she thinks she's so different because of how she speaks. You know how many times I've gotten that about myself? How I talk is very different. So it bothers some people. Well, this really is my real voice. I don't really know what else to tell you. It's just how I grew up. I grew up speaking like this. I've been talking like this since I was born. You know, even my dad says to me, he goes, I don't know how you got this voice that you have. I don't know either, but this is just how I talk. Okay. It is what it is. Like I said, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Why are you being competitive? Other women are not your competition. That's a weak man's game. That's a weak man's game. I don't live in this reality, because some people do, and that's okay. We're not on the same planet. I don't live in this reality of it's me or her. I don't. Because I truly stand on the belief that is what is for me is going to be for me, and nothing that's for me is ever going to miss me. I suggest you adapt that. It will bring you a lifestyle of peace rather than constantly feeling like you have to look over your shoulder at the competition. Oprah Winfrey said, Auntie Oprah, she literally said, whenever her producers would say, hey, Oprah, you know, they got this new show going, she'd say, listen, I don't want to know, because you can't win the race if you're always looking to the side of you. Okay. You have to have tunnel vision and look forward. That's all that you can do. And when other people win, really congratulate them. This corresponds with having gratitude. When you see other people win, it should excite you, because the emotion that it should bring about in you is, wow, like dreams really do come true. Like this is possible. And the one thing I've always done my entire life is I've always been like genuinely happy for people when they win. And like I celebrate with them, because it almost feels like it's happening to me. Like, wow, like this is really happening. I get to witness this. This is awesome. That's how I want you to approach it. Next, I want you to check your discernment. Are you not trusting yourself because you had poor judgment in choosing collaborators in the past? Let me tell you a little something. This happened to me at one point. I did not want to collaborate with anybody at one point in my YouTube career because of what I experienced being on YouTube and like going through so much spiritual warfare and going through being torn down and just so much lies and like bullying going on the internet. It just made me not trustworthy of wanting to put myself out there, wanting to collaborate with other people, just because I felt like, oh my gosh, like I just don't want this following me. I don't want this narrative following me. And it's not true. And like, I just want to release myself of this. I don't want to be associated with this. I just want to move on with my life. And I didn't do anything to warrant this. Why is this happening? And luckily now I'm completely healed from the situation, and I feel so much better. Like I feel like I'm back to myself, but even with more wisdom and like just discernment. And so I don't have that fear anymore. I'm fearless, actually. And I attribute a lot of that to really like getting closer to God and standing on my faith. But I know the feeling of being so scared to want to collaborate with people because you're not sure how it's going to be perceived. You're not sure what people are going to say. And like, maybe people are going to look at you and they might think, oh man, like compare you versus another thing. And that's what people love doing. And I have to say this also. It is difficult a lot of the times having friendships that are in the spotlight, because people like doing this thing where they like to pit each other against one another. You know what I mean? Like, did you see how so-and-so looked at so-and-so at 3 minutes and 56 seconds? Oh girl, yeah, I knew she didn't really like. Shut up. You have no idea what you're talking about. You honestly really don't know what you're talking about. And you have no idea what's going on in those people's relationship. Mind the business that's paying you. Seriously. It like really grinds my gears that people are like looking for whatever drama from like two people that are like genuinely, you don't even know them in real life probably, and they're genuinely friends, and you're just trying to pick apart who's looking at who, how, and it's literally not real. I hate to break it. It's not real. It's invisible. You're making it up. Okay. Don't be afraid to collaborate with other people. You have to overcome this competitive mindset. Someone else having does not equate to you lacking. No. Someone else winning does not mean that you are losing. You will always be on this perpetual cycle of proving yourself and living for external validation if this is how you're going to live your life, if these are the standards that you're going to live by, if this is the hill that you're willing to die on. Open your heart to new friends, new collaborators, because a lot of you need friends and you need good friends too. Not just open your heart to anybody. Have solid friendships, not the ones that you only meet when you're going out drinking, you're going out partying, because those types of friendships can actually go a long time, but there's no substance to it. You can collaborate and look to other women for inspiration. There are so many people that are inspiring to me on the platform, okay? Also, if someone's younger than you can be inspired by them as well. Just because you're older doesn't mean that you know it all. Get into a mindset of abundance and shared success. There's room for everyone at the table. Why? Because like I said, no one can be you, and that is your power. There are many benefits to collaborating, all right? You get to create your own tribe. Collaboration, it's going to allow women to connect, share experiences, uplift one another. There's nothing better than feeling understood. You're going to open the door for new opportunities by having new partnerships, projects, and potential growth. All right. That's not a negative thing. And you don't want to learn in a vacuum. All right. Collaboration is going to enable the exchange of skills and expertise and insights amongst other women. Diversity brings innovation. Diversity brings innovation. Partnering with others can inspire you and help you to be more creative. Don't close yourself off. Be a girl's girl, all right? And collaborating with these diverse perspectives is going to lead to a lot of new and fresh and unique ideas. There's so much strength in coming together as women and having that girl power. It makes you unstoppable, okay? Get on the wavelength of celebrating collective success. Collaboration allows women to celebrate each other's achievements and uplift the community. When people see, and that's why I was so inspired by Taylor and Beyonce's relationship, because I saw, for example, like with Haley and I see how we're both excelling and growing in our careers and how much it means to me. And I tell her this all the time, how I love our relationship, because it really just shows that we are capable of having a genuine friendship outside of an online presence amongst ourselves and our own private lives. And we can still excel and root and support each other and cheer each other on, you know, and let each other shine when it's our time to shine and still be on the same platform. That's how you do it. That is literally how you do it. You know, so I want to know, and I genuinely want to hear you guys' thoughts on this, okay? Have you ever experienced personal growth through collaboration? I want you to actually answer this question. How has it helped you? You know, what has it helped you learn? How has it helped you evolve? What new skills have you developed? Or can you think of other successful female collaborations, all right? Tell me what your favorite examples are and how they have inspired you. And then also, of course, let me know what other topics you guys would like me to cover for my podcast, as well as for regular YouTube content or even Rover Rants. We're on a roll here. I'm back in action, baby. The eye has healed completely. And I'm super excited for you guys to see the episode. I think by the time this episode comes out, you guys will have already have watched my interview with Stacy. So I also want to know your thoughts on that interview for the podcast. So let me know. And with that being said, angels, I love you and God loves you, and I'll speak to you, beautiful angels, in my next podcast episode. Mwah.